This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com.
No doubt about that. Let's get started with the year. This is 1999. Let's go to January 4th. We would see Mankind defeat The Rock to win the world title for the very first time. This is a tape show. And at the end of the show, Steve Austin's going to come to the ring to arguably the loudest pop in wrestling history. He gets in the ring, picks up a chair, hits The Rock in the head with it. Mankind pins him for the win. This is a major moment in wrestling for a variety of reasons. One, the Steve Austin ovation is unlike anything you've ever heard. Two, we've got a pretty big situation here where, I mean, it really is the boyhood dream, so to speak. We've seen over the prior 2.5 years, Mick Foley's real life, as we saw old videos of him jumping off a house and pretending to be Dude Love. And he had those sit down interviews with JR, and we've gotten to know him as a person and a performer. And he went from this hated heel to now this beloved figure. He celebrates the title win with the old, "Yo, Adrian, I did it." I mean, pretty big damn deal from a guy who maybe allegedly wasn't even high on the must have list once upon a time. And now he's the world champ. How thrilled was Mick with this opportunity?
The human being, Mick Foley, I think, was ecstatic. And it was something that, as that kid, like I think a lot of people listening to this can relate to, dreamed of one day becoming a superstar and becoming the guy. And you don't just stop dreaming at, I want to be in the ring and I want to wrestle. You take it all the way to, I want to be the champ. I want to be the guy. I want to be the one cutting the promos about, I know that I can walk down any street in any city in America, in the world, and know that I can beat any man walking that street. Everybody dreams of that. And this was Mick's dream come true as a kid, as a human being, and to actually realize that is a talent. The acceptance of your peers, the acceptance of the audience, to feel that, I know it meant an awful lot to him. It was a huge deal.
It really is pretty remarkable. Of course, this has now become one of the more infamous moments in wrestling history, because on the other channel, Nitro is live, whereas Raw is taped. And your great close personal friend, Noah Anthony Schiavone, would famously spoil the win and said something like, if you're thinking about even changing the channel to our competition, fans, do not, because we understand that Mick Foley, who wrestled here at one time as Cactus Jack, is going to win their world title. Huh. That's going to put some butts in the seats. And at that moment, it's been said, more than 500,000 people switched from Nitro, which was going to have Hulk Hogan versus Kevin Nash in the main event at the Georgia Dome. And it's live, by the way. Instead, to see a tape of Mick Foley win the world title. Obviously, you guys couldn't have been happy with anybody playing dirty pool or whatever you want to call it. And of course, Bischoff sort of made that his calling card once upon a time, giving taped results of Raw and a live Nitro. But this one, well, it had a different result, didn't it?
Yeah, it sure did. And, it kind of flies in the face of what those of us in the business have always kind of clung to, is that live is better. And right. I will still argue to this day and beyond that live is better. Live has a different energy. Live has a different feel. You're out there without a net, and it's different than tape. So Eric had made a habit of, or in the early days of Nitro, acknowledging that we were tape and acknowledging what we had recorded the week before and giving away the results. This one was not so much a fuck you, but a thank you, because it was good. It was something that they said, okay, what would I rather see? Would I rather see The Rock and Mick Foley and a new champion crowned, or would I rather see Kevin Nash and Hulk Hogan. I don't really care. And I believe they were doing their immediate replays anyway. Shit, I can watch it a couple hours later, but I want to watch this now. So that helped. Definitely helped. So thank you.
Talk a little bit about where The Rock is as we head into 2000. We mentioned he's just won the world title at Survivor Series. Of course, that happens when they do the screw job finish. He turns heel, joins Mr. McMahon, and of course, Shane McMahon. That sets up a rematch between Mankind and Rock at the Rock Bottom pay-per-view in December of 98. And during that match on pay-per-view, Mankind gets the mandible claw on The Rock, easy for me to say. And the referee calls for the bell, and Mankind is declared the winner. However, before Mankind could be announced as the new champion, Vince gets on the microphone and says, because The Rock didn't submit to the hold, The Rock would remain champion. Feud continues. I mean, there's a lot to unpack here. We know what's coming with the Royal Rumble. You know, it wasn't all that long ago. It felt like you guys weren't completely sold on even hiring quote unquote Cactus Jack. And now fast forward here, and I got to ask, why is he the perfect foil for The Rock as his first sort of feud once he's champ? And you go back a year prior, he was doing this for Steve Austin when he was first champ. It feels like as soon as Austin wins, let's get him Mankind or Dude Love, whoever, Foley. As soon as Rock wins, let's get him Foley. Why was Foley the right guy to challenge for the world title, whether you're going up against a babyface Steve Austin or a heel Rock?
Well, I think it's a testament to Mick Foley's character and his work in the ring, but also the way that he was able to work his characters, whether it be Mankind, Dude Love, Cactus Jack, or just plain old Mick Foley. And that's a testament to Mick's ability to adapt to whatever storyline that he was put in. And by this time, you're getting to the point where, man, Mick Foley is, he has to be in the conversation of the Stone Cold Steve Austins, The Rock, The Undertakers, Triple H, and Mankind. Those are your five pillars at this time that you're looking at going, all of those guys could arguably be, you could arguably at any time say that one of those could be the top guy.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.